long day. You have no idea. Saw an exorcism and everything.
We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello Aromas, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Changeling. We're here in the club room, saying bye to everyone as they go do their errands, and I'm just gonna do some more research. I also have someone I had to meet with. Violet asked if you'd straighten the club room. Yeah, no problem. I wanted to snark about that because I hadn't exactly joined the club to straighten the club room, but William of all people didn't deserve my sarcasm. Thank you. He can also read my mind, so he smiled apologetically and disappeared into the library. Left alone, I looked around the cluttered room and sighed loudly. Cleaning! Fun! I dropped my things near the door and started gathering the scattered magazines on the coffee table. Honestly, people are such slobs. There was some kind of paranormal newspaper thing, and probably Mark or Ewan's. Oh, newspaper thing. Probably Mark or Ewan's. Wow. The two guys that I'm probably gonna have a hard time deciding who's number one, maybe. A sports magazine. Danny? Girls in swimsuits? Definitely Elliot. I dropped that one in the trash with savage glee. Just a little bit of retribution of having to clean up their stuff. I straightened the rest of the pile and set them in the magazine rack. What if that book was actually William's? Or Allie's? Then moved to the fluffed sofa. To fluff the sofa pillows. Is this so pointless? I should be researching. If I didn't have to wait for Allie, I definitely would have just left. Oh, they're making you do the cleaning today. Oh, Corvin, what happened to your... What happened right there? I want to say what happened to his eye, but that's his eyebrow area. I spun around at the sudden voice to see Corvin standing in the door watching me. Sorry, didn't mean to startle you. No, it's fine. And yes, apparently I'm doing the cleaning today. We have a rotation, but I didn't know they'd added you to it yet. Well, apparently they have. He smiled slightly as he came inside. Now they just need to show you where we keep the maid uniform. Look around you, Corvin. There are walls everywhere. And as you know, I'm perfectly capable of throwing you into them. He just laughed. I can help if you want. Do I get to see you in the maid's uniform then? Do you want to? Ew, no. Honestly, there's nothing in there. Wait, what is that bruise on his eyebrow? You just now realized? Was that from this morning? I don't remember that on his face. I remember his face being very clear. I bit my lip anxiously. What happened to your face? Oh, this I ran into the flagpole. I can't tell if you're serious or not because it seems like a possibility. Well, at least it wasn't my fault. Unless he was lying about it to make me feel better. Then again, I hadn't noticed it during math, so he probably was. He was probably telling the truth. How on earth did you manage that? Well, I was running and I tripped on the edge of the sidewalk and I just sort of stumbled into it. I moved closer to him, leaning in to get a better look. Oh, why are you suddenly nervous, Mr. Flirtatious? Come on, sit. It's swollen and scraped up. I'll clean it and get you a cold pack. I saw one in the mini fridge yesterday. You don't have to. I took him by the coat sleeve, and led him to a chair at the big table, forcing him to sit. I'd seen a first aid kit somewhere. I ruffled around for it in the unlocked cabinet drawers and finally found the white box. I retrieved what I needed, then hunted down the cold pack in the mini fridge. Pulling up a chair next to Corvin and wet a cotton ball with antiseptic and gently moved his hair aside to dab it on the scrape. Look at him, looking at us so lovingly. He must have just done it. It looked pretty fresh still. Sorry. So he wasn't lying. His glasses were in the way, so I reached up and pulled them off carefully. You don't need them anyway, they're fake, right? Oh, stop moving your head. I gripped his chin tightly with one hand as I continued to clean the cut. Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? I don't know, like that. Like adorable. You're just being so nice. Not that I'm complaining, I just, thought you hated me. I set the cotton ball aside and dried the area with a bit of gauze before applying the bandage. I owe you at least this much after that little misunderstanding this morning. Well, that was sort of my fault too, You don't owe me anything. I set the cold pack against his head. You're actually pretty nice, huh? Does it look like my main character is not nice? I mean, sometimes she has that stone cold face on her, but don't worry. Of course I am. You're acting like you just realized this. So all the snarks is just bluster? Ooh, bluster is a pretty fancy word for you, isn't it? It's not going to work on me anymore, now that I know you're really just a softie underneath all those thorns. I scoffed at him as I cleaned up the first aid and supplies. You've decided I'm a softie because I was nice to you one time. You're pretty naive, aren't you? As I went to return everything, Corvin reached out and caught my hand. He smiled slightly, a suspicious hint of pink coming to his cheeks. He is so cute. Thanks. My own face warmed up a little at the little burst of actual sincerity from him. You don't have to thank me. Everyone babied him so much. I wasn't sure why he felt like he had to go out of his way to thank me like that. Anyway, if someone doesn't look after you, you're going to end up in the hospital with some kind of horrific eye infection or something. I'm not that bad. I pulled my hand away and hurriedly went to put the supplies away and finished cleaning so I had time to at least read a little. He quickly slipped his glasses back on. You're definitely that bad. So mean. With my back to him, I paused what I was doing. Hey, yes? Was Dana really okay? She will be after she recovers. I'm glad. I glanced over my shoulder at him. He'd already turned away from me and was flipping through his grimoire. I finished what I was doing, curled up with a book and my journal to try to get some reading and research in. Sorry I couldn't hang out with you in the club room today. Nah, it's okay. In any case, I mostly just cleaned. I did get in a little bit of reading. You may find this difficult to believe, but I actually get more research done when you're not there to distract me. I refuse to believe I'm a hindrance to your research. What were you doing the whole time anyway? Just helping just helping prep for next weekend. With Halloween and Samhain coming up, there's a lot to get done. I love how they're all like, oh, it's next weekend, but this game is not gonna be next weekend. It's gonna be like 3 weeks of gameplay. Yeah, you keep saying that, but what exactly are you guys doing? Mostly boring stuff, to be honest. Like, I don't know, cordoning off places we can't afford any random cryptics getting into. I'm really kind of curious if I'm gonna see like a different like version of the black blob that we always get in the other routes. Unlike Mark's route, where it's a creepy ass old lady, who am I gonna get in Corvin's route? Whoever it is, I'm gonna be afraid of. Even in William's route, we got the masked person, which I keep forgetting to mention. And I can't remember if I mentioned this, but the borders of Fairy expand during Samhain a lot. But Fairy is kind of amorphous, so every year it's a bit difficult to predict exactly where the border will fall, and that's a problem. Fairy has a fairly big overlap into Pine Hollow, so if you want to keep people from accidentally wandering in, yeah, it's a problem. I suppose that would probably be unfortunate. Anyway, there's a bit more to it all, but what it comes down to is a lot of drawing maps and walking around to check on stuff. Hylas has had me taking a bigger role in it all this year, since I'm an official intern now. Milos, the library wizard. He's not just a library wizard, he's an agent with the local branch of the NPRA, you know? It sounds fancy. The mysterious agency? Really? I actually did not know that. Ellie pulled into my driveway and waited for me to climb out of the car. I'll see you in the morning. Sure, bye. I waved as she drove off, disappointed that I really hadn't had the chance to talk to her about Corvin. I guess it would have to wait until tomorrow. I'm home. Mom peeked out of the kitchen as I started upstairs. From the looks of it, she'd also just gotten home from work. Homework. A little. You look tired. Long day. You have no idea. Saw an exorcism and everything. She disappeared into the kitchen again. Oh, is that my dad? I don't know if that's my dad or not. It's the 800 number. I'm not gonna answer that. Get your homework done right away. Yeah. Once upstairs, I dropped my book bag on my bed and flopped next to it, sighing. Today was weird again, as usual. And Corvin? Is that what kind of guy you think I am? It wasn't that I thought that, but I hadn't really imagined that people could get possessed by things. Not that the idea was more foreign than wizards and the like. I guess my brain just hadn't gotten that far into figuring things out. Besides, it had seemed like the paranormal community was pretty well regulated, but maybe I was wrong about that. At the very least, it was clear they couldn't keep things like possessions from happening, any more than normal laws kept crime from happening in normal society. I remembered Ellie talking about how some species had motives and we couldn't understand, and how that made them hard to deal with. I imagine ghosts are probably like that, especially if we can't speak to them. Damn. Assuming he'd been removing a ghost from Donna. I don't know. Donna. I'm gonna say Donna. He hadn't really said it was a ghost. That was kind of what I immediately thought of. But maybe there are other things that could possess people. Maybe that's why wizards dealing with exorcisms in the first place. I let out a frustrated groan and sat up to fish my math book out of my book bag. Fortunately, I didn't have much homework, but by the time I finished, daylight was already fading and Mom was calling me downstairs to help with dinner. Chapter 2, the second secret. Damn, this rou's full of secrets, aren't we? Secretive Corvin here. Corvin had said he would meet me in the club room before school to talk the day after his little exorcism, and then I hadn't seen him at all the next day, except once as he ran off down the hall somewhere. By Thursday, I was planning to just ask Allie if she knew anything about it. I didn't know if Corvin had totally forgotten or if he'd become really busy, for Allie knew he was off exercising more people. When I made it up to the club on Thursday morning, I was unsurprised he wasn't there. I'm pretty sure he's busy, because it's getting closer to Halloween, so things are getting whack. Instead of worrying about him, I had to retrieve the book I borrowed from the library. Instead, why can't we just text each other? Have we not exchanged information yet? Because we should. And settled my normal corner of the sofa to study. This particular book was a huge encyclopedia of occasionally questionable fairy lore. As Allie had suggested, I was taking a closer look into Fae since it had been sort of accepted that I was one, even though I wasn't sure I accepted it. There is so much information on so many different topics. Trolls, kelpies, pixies, elves. I leafed casually through the book in front of me. It was still so weird knowing those things were real, though the reality sometimes differed substantially from folklore or modern depictions. I closed the book and I let out a frustrated sigh. Trolls, kelpies, and pixies were not subjects I wanted to be just reading about. What I was really looking for was information about myself, any hint as to what sort of fae I might be. There were lots of possibilities, but I definitely knew trolls and evil horses weren't among them. And none of those topics had led to a shred of information that might help explain my disappearances or what had happened to Spencer 5 years ago. Most of the books I'd read so far weren't exactly set up for proper cross-referencing, so it's difficult to find instances of things like fairies connected to amnesia or random blindness. The few things I had found didn't seem to really fit. I flipped open the book again and scanned the beginning of the next chapter, which I promised, well, not me, I didn't promise anything, which promised to be a very interesting read about something called a crimble. My vision went dark as a pair of freezing hands covered both my eyes. Hey! The culprit laughed softly. Sorry, you just look too serious sitting there reading alone. I couldn't help but want to tease you a little. Corvin! You got me. He's so cute! He released me and tipped my head back to look up at him. He smiled before moving around the sofa to join me there. I hope I'm not bothering you. I just wanted to say hello. Well, you did say you were going to stop by to talk yesterday. Yeah, is that a new injury to AC? Where? On his hand? Or where? Left eye. Oh, didn't put it in. Okay. I pointed to a bandage above his left eye. I ran into a cabinet at home. No. Good grief, I don't believe that one. So do you always spend your mornings up here alone? Not always, sometimes others are here. Mark, William, sometimes that guy, Drayson. I've also seen Shelly a few times as well. Oh, I know Shelly in this one. We don't talk much though, even when someone else is here. Then what do you do exactly? I mostly just try to catch up on everything I've missed about the cryptid community for the last forever. You know, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. I'm not a boy, and my name isn't Jack. You're missing the point, you know. In any case, I have a lot to learn about all this, as evidenced by the other day. About that, he gave me a sheepish smile, and as he fiddled with the edge of his scarf, I'm sorry I scared you. You didn't really scare me exactly. You did jump right in, didn't you? Oh wait, did he have... Is this side of his face turning purple now? Well, I mean, I thought she needed help. We were silent for a moment. Sorry I threw you into the wall. Oh, I think that was a mistake. Actually, it's pretty funny. I didn't expect someone half my size to be so strong. I'm not half your size, but you are pretty tiny. Want me to throw you into another wall, Corvin? Want me to throw you into another wall? No, please don't. I have more than enough luck at running into them on my own. That was definitely the truth. Actually, I was wondering about that. Did you ever get your glasses fixed? Oh yeah, they have no more glass in them now. And he's still that accident prone? I guess the lenses weren't the issue after all. For someone to have that hostile relationship with basic physics was definitely distressing. So, how's your research going anyway? Honestly, well, I was hoping for an honest answer, yes. I made a face at him and his apparent ignorance regarding rhetorical questions. I don't know. It's only been a week, but I feel like I'm not progressing. Like, I don't really even know where to start. Why are cryptics so complicated? Because there are a lot of really ancient cultures that are a part of the world on this side of things. There are bound to be complex cultural nuisances for any species that's been around for a while. Complex cultural nuisances. You can sound smart sometimes when you try. I am smart. Sometimes. Most of the time. He frowned slightly, mulling that over. I'm smart about some things. It's like he's like talking to himself at this point. He's like, I'm smart. Yeah, I'm smart. I like that you admit you're only smart about some things. I told you before that I'm an honest guy. And now you sound like you don't believe me. I'm not sure I do. You spew compliments like some sort of bizarre compliment volcano. You're gonna expect me to believe he actually meant every single one of them. I mean, maybe. In the next episode, we're gonna find out what else is gonna be going on. I'm covering up Mark. I'm so sorry. But anyway, this is where we're going to stop for today's episode. I hope you guys are going to enjoy Corvin's route. He seems like a very playful guy, so it's pretty refreshing. I mean, Mark was kind of silly too. I miss Mark, but thank God he's not popping up in this route, or else I would be so torn. So anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
touch it.